Hello, future tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem 4, Genealogy of the Holy War, with me, BlueAnkylo. Last episode, our brave heroes came to an untimely end as Lord Arvis betrayed Sigurd and all of his forces, and most were, well, probably killed. Maybe a couple escaped, but maybe we'll find out one day down the road. For now, though, we're going to begin Chapter 6, which is a significant time has passed in-game between 5 and 6. And this is kind of a very exciting chapter for me, because this is where we finally see the results of our pair-ups for parents having children and passing down the majority of the gear. And, of course, we get to recruit a new set of characters, which is pretty fun. So I'm actually really looking forward to it, as much as last episode ended off on a rather low note. Other things to mention before we get started, I have obviously updated the side panels for the new kids and upgraded the growths to the expected, well, I just looked it up on the wiki, but you can do the math yourself if you really want to by comparing two different parents. So there's just formulas and stuff, but I didn't do that manually. I just looked up the numbers. One thing that's a little bit tricky is the translation names are not necessarily going to be 100% true, because there's like 5 different ways of spelling and naming all these characters, and it seems like for the most part the characters in Gen 1 were mostly agreed upon, not counting Talcha and a couple others that just, like, even Holland had a weird other name. But the Generation 2 characters seem to be really far out with the translations, so if you're familiar with other names or if you're looking things up, I tried to pick the ones that were in the game as best I could, but I'll probably get them wrong once in a while because I'm not psychic. Other than that, I think we're ready to go. The final battle for control of Granvale sent its most powerful figures to the grave. Just as he had planned, this left Lord Arvis as the sole ruling power of the kingdom. Opposition from Celeste and Leonster was swiftly crushed. And so Arvis unified all Jugdral under Granvale's rule. With overwhelming support from his subjects, Arvis thus became the first emperor of the Granvale Empire. Now you gotta get all the map makers to remove the kingdom part. 17 years have passed since the Battle of Belhala. The adoring public, who once welcomed the rise of Emperor Arvis, now struggle under his oppressive dictatorial rule. Because, of course, he wouldn't be a loving, kind emperor. He, of course, turns on the very people he swore to protect. And across Jugdral in the other realms, now dominated by Granvale, their people have been reduced to living as little more than slaves to the Empire's whims. In the former kingdom of Isaac, Granvale's harsh rule tortures the Isaacian people. King Danan, the appointed king of Isaac, is a brutal and unforgiving tyrant. Just like his late father, Duke Langbolt. While Danan himself lives an indulgent life at the Revo Palace, the people remain little more than slaves to the Empire. His second son, Johann, rules Isaac Castle, while his youngest, Yohavye, I don't know, these are some names, rules Sephora. And the remote Ganeshire, we'll go with Ganeshire region, is governed by Danan's trusted confidant, General Harold. Under their rule, Isaac knows no freedom. However, one last hope remains for Isaac. Tirnanog, an isolated village in Isaac's far north. There, Prince Shannon, let's just go Shannon, works to raise a liberation army. So keep in mind that Shannon was just a kid. You should remember, hopefully, the kid that ran off with Seliph at the end of Gen 1. We rescued this guy from Verdane, one of the bad guys there, and of course we have his aunt, Ira, in our original army. Just connect some names up. Right. Creating a liberation army whose strength grows with each passing day. Among these proud young warriors is a young man dubbed the Scion of Light by the people of Isaac and revered as the rightful prince of the Granvale Empire. He is the brave young leader of the Liberation Army. His name is Selith. So you can trust that Shannon, wifey, or Oify, however you want to say it, managed to get to Isaac, although they weren't hailed as heroes thanks to Arvis's conquest, but still. Harold, have you ferreted out the rebels yet? Or are you content to leave them unchecked for the rest of their days? Shannon and his rebel ilk are growing stronger by the day, and now they hamper us at every turn. As if that weren't enough, they harbor the spawn of Sigurd the traitor. The very existence of this scum utterly defiles the authority of the Isaacian throne. How do you expect me to explain this sorry state of his to his Imperial Majesty? 1,000 apologies, Your Highness, but everything is already under control. The rebel hideout has been found, and even as we speak, an army is on its way to crush them. Those vile mice have nowhere else to run. By sundown, not a single rebel will still be breathing. Very well, but be warned, Harold, don't even think of underestimating them. Most of the rebels are too young to pose a threat, but they still have Oify and Shannon. Those two alone are extremely dangerous. Dismissing them would be a fatal mistake. Yes, sir, I'm aware. But I already had Tirnagog, the rebel hideout, surveyed in secret. And it appears that neither are anywhere in sight. It's safe to assume them to be currently absent, sir. What? Then why are we still talking about this? Send the order to move into Tirnagog immediately. The people of Isaac are treating these rebels like some kind of heroes of freedom. But it's high time they learn the error of their ways. Kill them! All of them! I'll be waiting back at Revo. I expect nothing but good news. Of course, he's a baron. All barons are evil. Meanwhile, at Tirnanog... I don't know. We have a problem, Lord Selith. It looks like the Empire's finally caught on to our whereabouts. Brigades set out from Ganeshire. They seem to be headed our way. Ulster, why so surprised? Did you really think our little hideout wouldn't be found sooner or later? Let them come, I say. It only makes the battle easier for us. It'll be the easiest thing to just walk right over to Ganeshire and pick them off as we go. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Prince Shannon's still off trying to find the Yid Shrine, and Oify and the others aren't even back yet. It's just us two against an entire army. Surely, even you can't think this'll end well. I don't care. You can sit here and be as scared and witless as you want, but I'm not letting a chance like this pass. I have all my mother's swords, you fool. The prince still treats us like helpless children, but come on. We've had more than enough training. We're ready for some real action. But I'm not gonna run away anymore. I'm sick to death of sitting here while these monsters butcher our friends. Or worse, the Empire slugs are still out there, snagging any girl they see. If Prince Shannon hadn't come for me that day, I'd just be another one of them, dead, or wishing I was. I won't forgive or forget their pain. No, that's not it, Larcy. You're right, it's horrible and all, but... Now, I don't know, it's Sigurd's kid, right? But he's a kid. I can't use the same voice. You're wary of engaging the enemy out of concern for my safety, aren't you, Ulster? Most likely, I presume Shannon would have given you strict orders to keep me safe. After all, if Shannon had not given such an order, you'd already be out here and there in the fray. To not be thirsting for a good battle just isn't the Ulster I know. That's right. Sorry, sir. I was hoping we didn't have to involve you. I'm no child anymore either, Larcy. If you two plan to fight, then I plan to fight by your side. There's more at stake today than only the resistance. What of Tirnanog? We owe so much to its people. I refuse to abandon them to such a critical hour. But we've no time to waste debating this, Lana. Lana! Sorry. I can't scream into the mic. It's not my style, but it's there. Lana. Lana! Stay behind and help the children, citizens, those two. We'll engage the foes in the Western Gully. Wait, my lord, I'm coming too. I can't permit it, Lana. A cleric such as yourself is ill-suited for such a battlefield. This is my fight too. You won't convince me any more than you'll convince Larcy. Also, we haven't invented vulneraries yet, so literally the only way to stay alive on the battlefield is clerics. So seriously, bring the cleric. Every day I think the Empire can't get any more cruel, and every day I'm proven wrong. They prey on the weak and vulnerable, as if snuffing out their lives is a sport to them. I can't sit quietly and accept this. I may not be able to fight, but I have my own ways of defending everyone. Plus warp staff. My apologies, Lana. You're absolutely right. The battle for Isaac's freedom rests upon us all. Maybe you'll get promoted one day and can use a sword. Very well, we shall all ride together. How this will turn out, I cannot say. We owe it to all of Isaac to give this battle no less than our best. Yes, my lord. Ender, sorry, I shouldn't have spoken so brashly. Ha! You have nothing to apologize for. Remember, I am Sigurd's son. I must have some of his personality. Now, Uster, Larcy, Lana, the time has come. Move out. So remember, the beginning of the game in the prologue where we had like a super overpowered Sigurd who just raffle stomped the entire first map? Not so much with Seliph. So I'm not going to get into how stats are passed down too much, but there is some complicated formulas. HP sort of passes down from both parents, relatively easily. There's some math involved, of course. So much math in this game. But it's sort of based on how many level up HPs they get, not really their bases. So, like, if Sigurd got a lot of HP ups and Deirdre got a lot of HP ups, then Seliph will probably have more HP. Similar for most of his stats, although luck is kind of weird. Luck is, there's like a random, essentially 0 to 10 points of luck that get added onto the children. So again, I didn't do the math myself, but if you see some kids with very high luck, it's probably because they got the lucky, it's just random numbers, but they managed to get a good score on that. That's probably where Seliph's luck comes from. Otherwise, his bases are pretty poor to start with. Now, he does have the Silver Sword, which is always strong. 3 authority stars. I was concerned about that a little bit. From what I understand, maybe in older patches, when he joins, he starts with 2 stars, and then you have to restart it to get 3. There's kind of a bug. Looks like we get 3 right off the bat. So he provides 20% hit and evade to people nearby, which is better than Sigurd. I think it would have been cool if Sigurd got an additional star somewhere during the course of the Generation 1. Like, maybe he went from 2 to 3, and then 3 to 4 near the end. And then we went back down to 2 or 3 with Seliph, because, he's a kid. And then he can earn them as he goes along, but I'm thinking too far ahead. Anyway, he starts with star rank swords, Pursuit, and Nihil. He gets Nihil from his mother, I believe, and Pursuit from his father, so also pretty good skills. And, of course, Balder plus Naga blood. Major Balder like his dad, which means maybe one day the Tyrfing, and Naga blood from his mom, which is mostly resistance, I think. Once you see his page on the side panel, which I still can't control manually, you can get a bit of a feel for what his growths look like. The kid's growths are pretty darn strong in this game. So anyway, Seliph, we'll see how he does. I don't think he needs this. We can sell it at any point to buy something better. One thing, of course, there is no arena for this chapter. As far as I'm aware, there's no arena grinding in Chapter 6. Alright, so that's one. Next up, Ulster. So he's got all of Dew's equipment, because Dew is his father. And at the same time, Larcy has all of Ira's equipment. So these are essentially Ira's children, and then depending on who she matches with, the son gets the dad's gear. Now, Ulster, because he starts with all this stuff, is probably going to be pretty darn good for now. I think he has his own Iron Blade because Do, I don't think I bought one. I didn't have the money for that. But, you know, Do passed down a Wind Sword, which is probably better anyway. And also all these rings, which means he's pretty much the strongest character we've got at the moment. But that's okay. So yeah, brother to Larcy, son to Do and Ira. And of course he inherits his mother's Odo blood, at least the minor version. So no legendary sword necessarily, but also better sword ranks and stat growths, I think. He gets a ton of skills. Anyone with Do's son get a lot. Pursuit, Nihil, Astra, Soul, and Bargain. Now, I don't... So this is basically... It basically means I gave him all this stuff. He can sell it and buy it back with no loss. So 10, 20, 30, 50,000 gold right at the beginning that essentially he just has. And it's pretty hard to waste. So he can use the Paragon Band and then sell it and buy it back basically at no cost, which is pretty awesome. So I think I like it. Also, he's got 2 sword skills plus Pursuit. He's only really missing Adept, and I think he gets that when he promotes. Maybe. No, probably his sister. I think guys in Fire Emblem 4 promote to Hero, and that does not give them Adept, but I think Myrmidons, like Larcy, will promote into Swordmaster, which I think gives them Adept, if I remember correctly. We'll find out when we get there. So anyway, Larcy has the same skill set. You'll find this is pretty common when you have a brother and a sister. They have the same set of skills. They should generally have the same bloodline, although sometimes one will inherit the major so that they can equip the legendary weapon, but I think only one per generation gets major, I think. Some sort of magical blood rule thing. Anyway, Larcy's pretty similar. I don't know, their base stats are much different. 10, 13, 14, 8 defense. 10, 13, 14, 7 defense. So very, very similar stats. The difference is she's got the Thief Sword, Skill Ring. I think she starts with the Steel Blade, maybe. I can't remember what I passed down exactly anymore. It's been a couple days. And Ulster's got, you know, all the rings. So they're pretty awesome. I'm sure they will do fine. I'm sure this is one of the main reasons why you give Ira and her husband good stuff. Because these are the first 2 characters you join up with Seliph. So the fact that Do passed down so much goodies, that's a great start. We also have Lana, who is Aideen's daughter, as Aideen and Midir, I think, right? Yes. So Aideen gave her a ton of staves. I think she starts with heal. I don't remember passing heal down, but I passed down Mend, Physic, Restore, Warp, plus the Return Band. So she's got all the basic stuff, which means we can probably get her leveled up as much as we want. This is like almost 6 level ups. This is another... Well, we didn't give her the return spell, but just using Physic and Mend will get her a ton of experience, so she'll be fine. Obviously, her stats are not as offensive-oriented, because she's a priest. She can't use any offensive magic. She does technically have Pursuit and a cost, although they won't help her right now. I think she got those from her father, I think. I'm pretty sure Midir had both of those. So once we get her promoted at level 20, maybe she'll get some value, but that's not the real reason. That's not the real reason we gave Midir, her father, Midir, her father, whatever. She does have Uller blood from her mother, minor. So again, it's some stat growths, but it doesn't really help her specifically. From what I understand, Lana is always a staff bot, essentially, from Fire Emblem. It doesn't really matter what you do, just pass down Aideen staves. And it doesn't really matter who her father is, it probably won't change much. She does have a ton of luck. I have a feeling that was just a really good roll on the bonus points, basically, because I don't think the parents can even pass down 16 points. They probably gave her, like, maybe 7 or 8, and she got the other 8 or 9 from the random generator. So that's fine. Anyway, that's our 4. We will be getting more soon. Let's have a little look around the map. So we're up in Isaac for the first time, and I believe this will be our final destination, a level 25 Baron. Maybe he leaves and someone else comes out, but right now our army is nowhere near ready to fight this guy. So one way or the other, we're going to need to power up a lot, or he's going to have to switch out with somebody easier. He's got a lot of authority stars too. Let's see. Let's go back to the map. But before we worry about that, there's 2 more castles. We'll talk about these a little bit more later. But these are neutral castles right now. This is the Isaac Castle. And it's got just a random Axe Knight. And over here is the Sofra Castle, which is also neutral, with another random fighter. And if you look around, there are these big groups. And this is Yohavye, I think I'll go with. And this is... The introduction talked about it, but Yohavye and Johan are the children, as we just learned, of this guy, right? Pretty sure? Near blood. They're also related to Lex. I can't remember how they all tie in together. I think Danan might be Lex's brother or cousin. Unfortunately, Lex... There's no way for Lex to be, like, directly passing down his gear to these guys or anything neat like that. But, yeah, they are related anyway by some, like, you could look it up on the wiki. There's bloodlines. It's how it works. We're going to talk more about them and recruitment once we get closer. We've got a long ways to go before then anyway. Because our first target, which is what I was aiming for, is Harold, who is only level 10, but still has, you know, steel bow, steel axe, and reasonably good stats. Also, Pavice. I don't know why every castle guard is a general or a baron with Pavice. It's really annoying. But anyway, that's the plan. We've got quite a lot of axe guys, which is great because we've got 3 sword guys, or sword gal. And yeah, let's just sort of get to it. If someone can make it to that forest, which no one can, we could get a good counter kill. Let's see. Let's have a quick look at their stats just so I can prep myself. About 22 might from the fighters. Now, we can start stealing money with the thief sword. So, maybe. I don't think brothers and sisters can pass money back and forth. So, only lovers and if you get a thief. Now, being the son of a thief does not give you the ability to pass gold. You need the thief class. So, we can buy and sell for cheap on these two. Essentially meaning they can trade items basically essentially for free. You need to have the gold first, but they can trade. So actually getting some gold on Larcy would be quite nice, because then she could buy the Paragon Shield Power Ring, and they can just move it around as they want. Which I'll probably get to. So I want to keep an eye on how much gold these guys have. It's not a lot, but I might as well try to get it early on. Let's see. There's not a lot of villages nearby. This is maybe the first village. I assume one of these axe guys is good. This probably this guy. One random brigand is going to go steal that. So getting that 5,000 gold might be the idea. So we'd have to move pretty quick to get to that village. I think there's a custom dialogue there if we send Seliph to the village. I think. There's not a lot of bonus items we can get. One thing that gets very complicated, just to spend a little bit more time on our intro here. If you don't, like if Ira died, you would not get Larcy and Ulster essentially, because she'd be dead. So you get substitute characters that have different names. Some of them have holy blood, but generally no holy blood. You can't pass down weapons or skills, so they just sort of join as base units. Now those substitute units do have some bonus events, secret events, where they talk to the right person or they stay by the right person. They will get additional stat ups and stuff. I was looking through just on this chapter. I can't remember which one, but one of the substitutes can get like a 5 strength conversation, which is like, wow, that's huge. Going from like 10 to 15 strength. That makes up for not getting a seal blade, I guess, right? So, anyway, let's get to work. I mean, I've got a healer, so I don't mind taking a little bit of damage and then healing up. So if I put someone right there, we could do a counterattack. Yeah, I'll put Ulster. Ulster, I think, is going to be pretty strong because, well, he also needs to talk to his sister. So we'll do it like this. We'll move her first. I'll probably start trying to attack with the Thief Sword to get some money. And let's make sure he's got... I mean, the Wind Sword will need to be repaired. Let me just check. It's a lot less accurate than the Iron Sword, but more damaging. I don't know how important it's going to be early on here. 8 defense. Negative avoid. Yeah, I don't think we'll need to worry too much. Also, if we keep Seliph in range, that's 20% hit rate. So I can start taking advantage of that right away. Okay, so equip. I guess we'll just go... We'll go with the iron... Sorry, guys. I'm not going to have the money to repair that for a little while, so I want to save it for emergencies. Let's start by using our iron blade, because it's going to hit harder, and I don't think we'll need the accuracy right now. You holding up all right, Darcy? Yeah, I'm getting by fine. Just be careful out here, okay? Your usual brazen antics will only get you in trouble now. I know. What do you think I am, a child? Man, that iron will of yours. Guess you're just like Mom was. If what Prince Shanan's told us is true. Yeah, Ira. I can't even remember a thing about her. You? No, of course not. We're twins, remember? If you were too young to remember, then so was I. We weren't even 2 years old back then. It was Oifi who took us with him when he fled to Isaac with Seliph. See, he took all the kids, apparently. Just a shopping cart full of babies. We waited and waited, but Mom never followed. I guess she didn't make it out of the Battle of Belhalla alive. Ulster, you swore you'd never say awful things like that. Mom's alive, and I'm sure of it. Don't you dare say anything otherwise ever again. I'm sorry, Larcy, you're right. Alright, so you get the idea of how these twins work. Hey, some luck! Nice. She actually had, like, the lowest luck of... Yeah, she had 5, so she was the lowest luck of anybody we had. Alright. I should have checked if there's more talking. Oh, good, we can start farming XP with Warp right away. We'll save that for a little later. Is there any more chats? Okay, that was the one chat we started with. Okay. Let's get to work. Ah, it's good to be playing again. I've had a little bit of time off while I made all those cards, so... I was really looking forward to this chapter. Alright, 4% hit rate, yeah. So I gotta be... He got Astra on his first attack. Ah, man. I mean, you know, Holy Blood, Myrmidons with super strong weapons, and axe guys versus sword guys. 4% versus... I think we'll be okay, is what I'm trying to say. I was hoping to steal some money there, but I guess I didn't actually double check. What are his odds of killing people without using a skill activation? He'd get... I mean, he's fast enough. He's definitely getting 2 attacks. So we're looking at 27 base damage, minus 8, 19. Okay, so he one-shots these guys even without Astra. 1 rounds. So, yeah. I'm not really too surprised. Alright, we gotta be careful in the sense that if we attack here, Larcy can't... she can't get healed if she gets hit on the counter. But what are the odds if we try to steal? 26% chance to take a bit of damage. We could get Ulster another kill. He can just kill anything. Actually, what we'll do is we'll have Seliph kill this guy, Ulster kill this guy. I feel like the odds of getting hit is going to be pretty slim. So we can probably get away with stealing a little bit of money here. I could play more defensively and steal money from all of these guys with Larcy, but I don't think I want to do that. Alright, Seliph, let's see how he looks. We do have Dad's Silver Sword, which I assume will... Actually, yeah, it's pretty strong. I mean, he just barely finishes a weakened axe guy off. But as we continue to use the Silver Sword, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get it to 50 kills. Seliph. 14% on your first counter? Oh, not as good as Papa. But yeah, it's already at 35 kills, so I feel like we can probably get that one to critical without too much work. So I don't really want to worry about using these guys, seeing as we got the good one. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Paragon ban, too good. Please nerf. Alright, our first level up. HP, skill, and strength. Good enough. I mean, you can see his growths on the side when they come by. He does have a lot of growths. And HP or strength and skill are really good when you've got Pursuit and Astra and Soul. Alright, you know what? I totally forgot. I don't even need to be adjacent to heal people like you normally would with a level 1 healer. We can heal at range. No big deal. Seliph, totally fine. Passing down the physic was probably like the best idea I ever had. Like, that's the most important one to pass down. Warp for experience. Physic is just too good. Now, it does cost a fair bit of money to... I forget how much it costs per use to heal, to repair. But I think it's totally worth it. Even though we didn't need to heal, you know, I think just using it like that is smart. I assume the axe guy will go after Seliph. Oh, he went after... Right, Thief Sword. He probably realized that she did the least amount of damage. Or he had the best chance to hit her. But she has Astra too. It's just doing just like chip damage. We've already seen Astra twice. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Alright, so we managed to steal gold out of half of the first 4 enemies. That's pretty good, right? Seeing as I don't really want to... I don't want to grind it out too long. Let's ride together! Finally, some cav!
We're too late! The battle has already begun!
I guess news of Turnanog, I always say Gog, I know. Seliph and all that must have leaked out while we were elf scouting. I hope everyone's doing alright. Most of them will be fine, Lester. But what about your sister? What if Lad has gotten herself mixed up in the fighting? She can't defend herself at all if she's out in the open like this. Sir, we should hurry back. The sooner we get to Lord Seliph's side, the better.
Indeed. Come, Dermot, Lester, the battlefield awaits us.
He's got a lovely mustache. So Oifi has all grown up. He's got an amazing mustache. He is a paladin. He doesn't get to inherit any weapons, but we can transfer some stuff around once he's got a little bit of money. He's got Pursuit. He's got Critical. He can use A-rank swords, B-rank lances. He's pretty darn good. I think he... Now, he's probably not as strong as Sigurd, because Sigurd had approximately those stats at level 1. So by the time Sigurd got to level 20, or level 15, he was probably a bit better. But Oifi, certainly MVP pre-promote of today. So, not much to talk about with Oifi. I guess he does have Boulder blood. He's like a cousin or distant relative of Sigurd or something. I don't know how he's related, but not closely, but he is the same Oifi that used to promote everybody back in Gen 1. We have Lester. He's got all the bows. So this is obviously Nana's sister. Lana. Sorry, there is a Nana. Lana is different. Also known as Rana. Lana, Rana, and Nana. It's just too much Annas. And there might even be an Anna, actually. Anyway, so Aideen plus Midir turned into a Bow Knight and a healer, which is kind of hilarious. So he gets the Uller bloodline that Midir would not have had, but he gets it from his mum, Aideen. So that's a nice combo for him. And A-rank bows means he can use pretty much any bow in the game that's not legendary. And look at that, another 13 luck with some stats. I mean, Midir was not that impressive, but starting with a brave bow and a killer bow is pretty good, right? So I think he'll be okay. And he does have better growth rates than Midir, so, you know, he's got a chance. And finally, Dermot, the Sword Knight. No siblings here right now, but he does have Hezel bloodline, which might tip you off on who his father is. I'm pretty sure I remember correctly. This guy is Beowulf's son. So we've got all of our swords. All the swords. We passed down all the bows and all the swords already, which is pretty good. I think he must have started with a silver blade on his own, which is pretty cool, I think. I don't think I specifically... No, it's got 6 kills. I must have passed it down. Maybe he starts with an iron sword normally. Anyway, because of stuff like Brave Sword, he'll be fine. He's got Pursuit, Charm, yeah, definitely Laquasis and Beowulf's Son. Accost, Pursuit, plus another 10%. That's great. So now we can get essentially 30% evasion and hit rate on everyone if we keep them near Dermot and Seliph, which is a lot. That's a ton of bonus points. So that's really good. And yeah, I mean, he's a mounted sword guy like Beowulf, so I have high hopes. He's got a lot of strength, and swords are great. So yeah, no problem with Dermot. I said Oifi will be a great paladin because paladins are pretty awesome. And we'll see how Lester turns out, but he has a lot of good bows, so oops. I feel like he's got a good chance. Now, I would expect there's some more dialogues open now. Lester to Lana, Oifi to Seliph. Okay, this guy missed Lana, and he's level 5. Is he higher level than these guys? Yeah, so we get more experience killing him than the others. I think we want to feed Seliph kills if possible, because he really needs to grow. More so than these other... Like, I think Larcy and Ulster are already pretty darn good, but I think probably Seliph is our weakest unit, because no horse and nothing else really going for him. We can also lure out... Yeah, we can lure out, like, the bow guy if we put someone here. I think they're moving at full speed anyway. No, I don't want to lure the bow guy. I want to lure out the axe guy. I'll probably use the thief sword to lure him out again. And that'll get Larcy lots of money, which is... She's the only one that can get money right now, so might as well. And did we see... This guy hasn't started moving, so maybe they're not going to burn the town down? I don't want to rush. So these are roads. This is weird. The sand slows you down, but the roads speed you up, so keep that in mind. Alright, so... all that discussion over. Let's see if Seliph can get a kill. No, not on his own. So, unfortunately, there's a reasonably good chance that the other kids will just murder this guy. Yeah. So we can try with Ulster or Larcy to not get the kill. Okay, I can move to here, and we'd only be in range of one axe guy. We'll use our weakest sword. He'll kill if he gets a skill activation, which he has a fairly decent chance of, I suppose, but... Good. You probably get more experience doing a little bit of chip damage. Because he's got that Paragon band, he doesn't actually even need kills, so we should focus the kills on other people if we can. And yeah, we'll kill from here. Silver Sword gets it done in 1. Now, I'm not really trying to feed kills to the Silver Sword specifically. It's just Seliph, you know, he's only level 1. Alright, so now this guy could go after Ulster. He might, but I'm gonna put Larcy in range as well. And I think she's got like a weaker weapon, so maybe he'll go after her. But he might have an easier time hitting Ulster because he's on the road, so who knows. Now, I think the heal staff is cheaper to repair, right? But I think it also gives less experience. Let me just check the numbers here. So 15, yeah, she got 35 from Physic and 15 for the heal. I think Mend was 25 or 30. So it might be better to use the more expensive staves, especially Mend over heal, basically, because it still has 50 charges, which is lots. Alright, they did go for Larcy, which means more money. Also, 6% to hit. I mean, sheesh. Nothing to worry about. Now, if I remember correctly, the Thief Sword is also pretty cheap, so repairing it is not a big deal. Which means one thing we could do, depending on, like, this is still pretty serious micro, but once we get to the next castle, we could sell her Thief Sword and have someone else buy it. Just to start building up a little bit of cash on certain characters. Because she's actually doing pretty good at stealing gold, and if she keeps hitting these guys, by the time we get to here, she'll probably have up a bit of a bankroll already. Alright, so we're close enough for Oifi and Lester Not Dermot. No, well, Dermot, he could use the Bolt Sword, I guess. He's level 3, Oifey's really high, Lester's level 1, though. So maybe a kill for Lester. I have a feeling we can just crush these guys. One thing that's interesting, because Dermot's got Charm, we want to move him up maybe early. He can't really hit anything that I care about other than this guy. I want to see if he can kill it or not. Oops. If he can't one-round it, then it doesn't really matter. Actually, he can, right? Sure. I'm pretty sure Pursuit will work. Iron Axes are so heavy. I'm pretty sure every person we have right now has Pursuit. We managed to pass it down to basically every child we'd get, so... Bolt Sword, doing fine. So who's got the most money? 2 grand, 2 grand, so... We definitely don't want to take too many hits next turn, but... I think if we stay out of range of the bow guy, 2 axe guys are probably not going to be too much trouble. Lester could certainly use a kill. Seliph, I still think I want to prioritize Seliph. How much damage can Seliph do to the archer? This is an armor knight, technically. So this guy's got a lot of defense. Pretty hard to kill. Maybe we let Ulster take a stab. With a real sword. Yeah, that's not going to be a kill unless he triggers Astra. This is probably the most difficult unit to kill in the group. And, of course, Astra means we win. GG. No re. Ulster pretty good. And HP, skill, strength, speed, defense, resistance. Oh, he's good. I like it. He is inflated due to having strength ring, speed ring, but we'll pass those over once we have money to spend. Oh, that's nice. He's off to a great start. Ah, so good. All right, it's nice to be back. So, Lester can hit anybody. I think we try to steal some money. We don't really have a lot of horses, so it's hard to build a defensive line. I want Seliph to get the kill again, just because I'm greedy. That's 28 damage, so we need to do 10. We should do 10. 5 times 2 is 10, last I checked. She might do a little more, but that's fine. Nice little chip golds. Now, what I might do... I don't know if we're going to be able to kill this guy unless we use Oifey. How much damage can Lester do to an axe guy, basically? Well, we've got a lot of options. 15 times 2, but possibly a crit. Or, of course, the overpowered Brave Bow, which is 15 times 4. So, unless it's too heavy or something, but... Is there any reason I would keep that kill? No, and he's got 8 moves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But these are all road tiles. So I bet you he's got 9 and I can get him out of the way. Yeah, if he can make it 2 squares to the right, that's fine. Alright, let's start using the Brave Bow already. This is why we passed it down. You gotta find a way to make your mounted archers good. Alright, no problem. Yep. If we get hit by a counter, we can heal it. I'm almost positive that we can survive 2 swings from the other axe guys. I could do the math, but Ankylo, lazy Ankylo. HP, skill. Oh, Seliph, not off to a great start. Underwhelming. Alright. So, axe guy. I bet you one of them will go for Larcy again. This thief sword is working out splendid. It's not getting her level ups, but it's getting her gold. Maybe they'll both go after her, but I bet you one will hit her. Maybe one will go after Seliph. I don't know. They are in charm range, I think, so that's good. Let's do our talk.
Oh, thank the gods, sire. You are safe.
Oifi, glad to see you made it back. What news of the rest of the world?
The Emperor's grip is tightening still further, as if trying to choke life from the people. It's inciting doomed revolts all across Jugdrol.
So it's as I thought. It isn't as if the Empire's tyranny would ever be limited only to Isaac. Oifi, is it feasible to assist them?
Not as we presently stand, sire. We still lack the strength to properly challenge the Empire.
You did notice that you're a bunch of level 1 kids, right?
Then what of our present battle? The war for Isaac's freedom has already begun. Turning back now would be impossible.
There's certainly no chance of returning you to hiding, sire, now that your whereabouts have been leaked. Starting the fight now was reckless, but we've no choice but to continue. Just like your father.
Oifi, I'm sorry I let this all happen behind your back, but we had no choice.
Even so, I don't think I could have stood by letting Isaac suffer under Danan's thumb any longer. I trust you understand, Oifi.
I do, sire. Now, our priority is to lay siege to Danan's capital, Revo, with all due haste. Danan must fall before the Empire can send reinforcements. We cannot afford to wait.
Or we could let the reinforcements come and get all the juicy experience. Ulster's got less total HP, we'll physic him. I suppose I should turn our animations off, because mostly these she'll just be doing this. For 1 HP to get a level up, basically. Look, healer's gotta get level ups. It's physic and mend all day, basically. Alright. We'll go a little bit longer. Try to get a little bit further for today's episode. Alright, more axe guys. I love that Fire Emblem 4 has essentially 2 starter chapters with primarily axe guys. And even, like, Chapter 1 Verdane was all axe guys. There's so many axe guys. Alright, 12%. Nothing. I'll be taking your gold, though. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Getting some value. Yeah, I'll take all your gold. It's the crab walker guy again. I love it. I don't know why he goes sideways walking. No wonder we dodged him. Alright. I like it. This is so good. I feel like we're really powerful right now, even though we're like level 1 and 2. Alright, so Larcy, I should try to get her some kills at some point, but oh, that money. So I could have her steal from this guy, and then if we lure out this... If she stands, like, here, she'll steal money and be in range. It's perfect. She's not getting any kills today. Nah, we'll get her some kills eventually. Don't worry, guys. But for now, we got lots of people to get kills, and Larcy can just steal all the money. Alright, so Seliph had a bad level up. Ulster's already got a couple level ups. Lester could use some XP. These guys are poor. Like, we've already robbed them. We want to attack within Dermot's range. Dermot could probably get a kill as well. I mean, I'm already starting to micromanage who gets experience, but, you know, I feel like it's not the worst plan to start early. 15 damage times 2. Do I want to... I kind of want to get... Well, wait a second. Getting kills on the killer bow does help. I was going to say it's dumb, but it has crit chance on its own. But every kill past 50 increases the crit chance. Whereas the brave bow, well, it's the same thing, but the killer bow is really good. Light, accurate. I don't know which one's better. I think it depends on how evasive the enemy is. Because crit is good and, you know, missing is bad. And the brave bow for Midir
definitely missed a lot more than it hit. Well, I don't know, more, but he sucked in the arena, basically. That's what I was sad about. We'll stick with the Brave Bow. Wait. No. The Brave Bow is already a third of the way damaged. I don't think we're going to get a ton of money just right yet. Maybe on the next chapter we can do some arenaing, but for now we've got no real gold income for Lester. So let's just use the bow that's got lots of durability for now. For now. And we want to move up this far. Yes. Okay. Next up, Armor Knight. We could let Ulster or Dermot go for it. Dermot! I mean, he's got, like, a lot of swords. He could literally armor slay it. Guaranteed crit. It actually doesn't even do that much damage. 36 minus 11. Plus his own hit rates kind of suffered. Silverblade hits a lot harder. That'll still kill 2 hits. Brave Sword is always the best. I wonder what I should use. Brave Sword, if there's anything that's going to get 50 stars, it's Brave Sword. Is there any real question here? We'll probably have him sell a bunch of his swords at the next castle. I could have done it at the first castle, but I wanted to think about it a little bit longer. Just so we can sort of trade them around to other people as they get money. Because he doesn't need all of them. Somebody else can... Like, we can move some stuff around. Like, I don't mind him holding on to the Bolt Sword, Brave Sword. But I'll probably move the Silver Blade to one of the Myrmidons. And... Because they need, like, high hits. Like, I think Ulster would be a good Silver Blade user. And then Larcy's got a Steel Blade, which is halfway between Iron and Silver. We'll see. Anyway, Selif. I was gonna try to get Selif a kill. Right, if we end our turn beside him, technically we'll be in range, but... Let's see how much damage he can do. Not a lot. Alright, Ulster, maybe you can weaken it for our dude. So that's 24 damage. Is that what I needed? Pretty close. That should add up. Yeah, that's fine. Well, that's gonna happen, so, you know. Unfortunately, I guess this is kind of a downside. Because I have 2 Myrmidons with Astra, setting up kills for Selif's a little difficult. Anyway, skill, defense, luck, resistance, pretty solid. I would prefer strength, of course, but anytime you see like 4 or 5 stat ups, you can't complain that much. Alright, I expect he'll go for Larcy again. And as far as experience goes, I think the most economically efficient healing right now is Mend. I forgot to turn her animation off. But this will be the cheapest to repair staff that gives good XP. Physics a bit better, but it's also kind of a fair bit more expensive. Save it for emergencies. HP, speed, luck, resistance for the healer. Also all proper healer stats, except for no magic. Oh, I need to remember Dermot to talk to Lana. Lana! Alright. I probably won't use Oifi a whole lot. He doesn't have, like... Well, we might end up having to use him on the boss or something, but I don't think I'm going to focus on him unless we need him. He's definitely over-leveled at this point in the game, so he doesn't really get anything for killing them, and... You know, if we're in a rush, we can use him, or if he needs to save somebody, that's fine, but I'm sure a lot of the time, my kids can handle it, right? How else are we going to get all the gold and the XP if we just let Oifi kill them all? He'll have a chance to shine, I'm sure. Oh, they didn't go for Larcy. Ulster, can you set this up? Is it because it's 1%? Well, that's soul, so you would have healed. Orange stars is soul. Green or blue stars is, I think green stars for Astra, blue stars for Luna. Alright. Good job not killing him for once. Now I want to steal his money because I'm greedy.
Yeah, and she has basically no chance to kill thanks to very low damage Thief Sword, even with Astra. I wonder if she Astra twice, still wouldn't kill him. Would have been close though. All right, Larcy, our pseudo thief. HP, skill, strength, and magic. I think her magic is like 5% to grow or something like that. Most non-mages don't get a whole lot of magic growth, but still, strength up, perfect. Alright, Seliph, you're gonna get this one. At least he inherited his dad's sword. I wish I could have passed down better equipment for Seliph. I think he needed, like, the Power Ring or the Paragon Band more, but I just didn't have the money on Sigurd because I wasted all on Tyrfing, which isn't here. Like, I think that's, like, the biggest thing I've ever messed... Well, no, the biggest thing is Holseti. The second biggest thing is, like, the member card. The third biggest thing is, like, the Night Ring. But the fourth biggest thing is repairing the Tyrfing when I should just have made it, like, a 5-use item instead of a 50. Oh, well, I didn't know what I was doing. Well, I think this is probably a decent place to end the episode because... Well, we'll talk to Lana, but, yeah, there's not a whole lot going on here. I guess we'll heal Larcy up. We'll end this turn, and then, we're gonna have to walk a ways to get to the next Axe Guy group. So, good place to end the episode, right? Oh, yeah. Animations. Ugh. Oh, I probably need to turn... No, we have autosave on. I forgot. I was thinking maybe they reset autosave. But yeah, all of our options are the same. No problem. But we have one more conversation. Lester. It's going to take a while to remember. Oh, yeah, by the way, I haven't set it up yet. But remember the lover bonus that provided crit rate and also, I think, hit rate and evade if they were adjacent? Not within 3 tiles, but adjacent specifically. I believe that worked for siblings as well. So, the children can get the bonus from Seliph and either Lester or Dermot. I forget which one. Not Lester. Lester's on the horse. He's got a bow. Dermot with a sword provides charm. So you can get charm, leadership, and a sibling bonus by being adjacent if you can time that up. And that should provide both the crit. I think it provides the crit and the evade as well. So we can get like 20% evasion from Sigurd or from Seliph, 10% from charm, that's 30, and then another 20 from a sibling bonus, that's 50% evasion. I think that's insane if it's actually possible. Insanely fun. Anyway, just things to try to remember as we learn Gen 2. Lana! Don't tell me you're fighting too. I am, Lester. I couldn't bear to leave Lord Seliph to fight alone. Why am I not surprised? Look, I know I can't get you to leave, but just be careful, okay? It'd break Mother's heart if something happened to you out here. Well, I know, but actually there was something Mother told me. Wait a second, one of them lived? She could have just used her return band to get home, I guess. If anyone should have lived, it should have been Aideen, yes. She told me that we owe the greatest of debts to the people of Isaac, and that if we can help them in any way, we owe it to them to do all we can. Yeah, I guess she's right. I mean, we wouldn't even be here now if not for the help of the locals. So, where is Mother anyway? Oh, she's back in Turnagog's Abbey, working like always. Right. Listen, Lana. We gotta give this battle our all. Both in Mother's name and in the name of our lost father. Aww. Midir is dead. Someday, I know, we'll finally be able to help Mother return to her home in Ljungby. You're right, Lester. I was gonna say, I wonder if their mom is also dead, and they're just having this conversation. Like, she's in the Abbey, and I pray to her. So I talk to her in prayer. Because, you know, they are priests, of course. So, but maybe she is still alive after all. And she should have had that return band, so it makes sense that Aideen could have escaped. But Midir is canonically dead. And I bet you most of the fathers are dead and most of the mothers escaped. Except not all of them. Because I believe Ira is probably dead, at least it sounds like. Although, Larcy seems to think that her mother is alive. But, I think Ulster's like, no, she died. She died, sis, sorry. Anyway, I think that's the end of our episode. Thanks for watching, of course. We've got a big map, as always. I love the gigantic maps. It certainly makes the recording a little tricky with multi-episode chapters, but yeah, lots to work on. We'll be getting more characters during this chapter, as I'm sure the side panels have spoiled for you, but I still think it's quite exciting. So I will see you next episode. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and see who the best child character of Gen 2 will be next time. Have a great day.